Hello, this is Roman Gabriel, and you are listening to The Grueling Truth.
Hey, welcome to another episode of The Grueling Truth, brought to you by Gridiron Mo, an interactive football app where you get to call what you think the offense or defense should do during a live NFL game and see what all other fans have called also. Check out Gridiron Mo at www.gridironmo.com. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster, and we're going a little bit different route tonight. Usually we have the Legends show. You know, we've had Roman Gabriel, Thomas Hollywood Henderson's going to be on there next week. But I saw a film of this guy about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. An NFL scout sent me, said you got to watch him. I think he's one of the top running backs coming out of this draft, even though he was undrafted, from the University of Houston. Help me welcome to The Grueling Truth, Kenneth Farrow.
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks for being on. And I expect like 4 or 5 years from now we'll be replaying this, talking about, I knew him then. But so tell us a little bit about growing up. What age did you start playing football?
Yeah, I grew up in Irving, Texas. So started playing in Little League, watching the Cowboys all the time, and started playing when I was 5 years old, and never looked back since then. So it's been a fun journey to finally get to this point now.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your high school career and who were some of your early influences as a football player.
Yeah, high school, was good. I went to Ellie Bell out in Hurst, Texas, kind of Fort Worth area, and had a pretty good high school career. And, just growing up watching the Cowboys, all the time, running backs, Eddie George that got there. One of my favorites was Marion Barber, and the way his running style is, something I love watching and something I kind of feel like a little similar to. But high school was good, had a couple offers coming out, and was committed to Colorado initially, and they wound up, coach staff kind of got fired, and wound up at University of Houston, and couldn't have worked out any better for me. So it was definitely a cool little journey I had.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your career highlights. I know you were the Armed Forces MVP, 2 years ago after your junior season. Just tell us a little bit about your college career and maybe a little bit about your relationship with your coach.
Yeah, I like you said, I was MVP of the Armed Forces Bowl. I was a 3-year captain. Got elected as captain the first time from my sophomore year, and that's something that a lot of scouts and a lot of people I talk to really like. Just being a high character guy and putting in the extra time, every day. So that's something that has definitely got me to the point where I'm at. And as far as coaches now, I've had about 3 different head coaches and about 5 offensive coordinators. So I've had quite a number of coaches, and I think that definitely prepared me well for this opportunity here. Just going through so much adversity and having to come every day and putting your best foot forward, especially with with a whole new coaching staff there, year after year. So that definitely helped me. And then Coach Tom Herman, the job that he came in and did this last year, my senior year, was fantastic. Him coming from Ohio State, where they send out guy after guy. This year I think they had like 12 guys. So for him to come in and bring that attitude and bring that culture of what they had there was great for me and our whole team this year.
All right, so maybe describe to the listeners a little bit, after your last college game, what did you do to enhance your shot at signing with an NFL team?
I just got to work. I headed out to Fort Lauderdale, a place called Fitspeed. Matt Gates runs it, and kind of Brandon Marshall has kind of a hand in that. So I went out there and I really just got to work on, the things that we were going to be doing for the pro day. I felt like I had a pretty good pro day. Was able to put up some pretty good numbers in some of the agility, some of the short range drills to show some of my quickness. But yeah, just working hard, man. As soon as we got done with the bowl game, I went straight to Florida maybe 2 days afterwards and worked all the way up until, March 24th, that pro day, and definitely felt like I did my best and did good enough to, land me in San Diego. So it was a good process and definitely took advantage of it.
All right, maybe now describe yourself as a running back to the listeners. I know from what I saw, it just impressed me, especially with your size. When I watched the highlight film, it looked like you were about 6'3" running through them people. I mean, you run great between the tackles. I mean, describe yourself to the listeners and what they'll see when they watch you playing for the Chargers.
Right. I think I'm every down back. Pride myself in being able to get back there and pass protect and get out of the backfield and catch the ball and things like that. But like you said, definitely my strength is, in between the hashes and really being able to see the defense and kind of have a good idea of where things are going to open up and where things are going to develop. And definitely a north and south runner, kind of get that leverage on a safety in the open field or a backer or something, stick my foot in the ground and get vertical and make them tackle me while I'm, with a head full of steam. So I think that's just my strongest suit, being able to break tackles and slide off tackles. I kind of get that a lot. Everybody thinks I weigh a lot more than I am. So, I mean, that's something that I take pride in, being able to break those tackles and get the yards out their contact.
All right, now, a lot of the things that make the difference between an undrafted free agent making a team and not are special teams. I mean, do you have – I think you played a lot of special teams in Houston, didn't you?
Yeah, all 4 years. Did a lot of punt and kickoff. Started on punt this year and most of the season on kickoff. And that's kind of how I got my foot in the door at U of H. We had a guy named Charles Sims, Buccaneer right now. And he was there when I first got there, and he was starting, and I kind of made my mark on running down on kickoffs. Had about, I think it was like 12, 13 tackles my freshman year on kickoff. And, after that, I just started having fun out there, and it was like, man, got to the point my sophomore year where I was starting. I was like, well, I don't really want to come off kickoff, so, I just made sure I was in good enough shape to be able to do that, run down and still carry the ball on offense. So, that's something I know that I take a lot of pride in, and especially Coach Herman coming in. He came in and told the whole team, he's like, you're not going to touch the ball if you don't do a special team. So I think that's something it's just a great fit for him coming in, because we had a bunch of guys with that attitude to go out there on special teams and do their job just as well as they do on their primary role. So I think that's something that's definitely going to help me a lot.
All right, now take us through the draft day process. I mean, I don't know, what were your expectations coming into the draft? Did you think you'd be second, third day, or just run us a little bit through what draft day was like for you when you finally got the call from the Chargers?
Right. I figured it'd be a late third day pick. I always say, I just need an opportunity. So, my expectations were, as long as I sign with somebody, I'm good, and anything else before that would be a bonus. I started getting a couple calls pretty early in the day on the third day from a couple different teams, and so I knew something was definitely going to happen. I knew I was going to get my opportunity. So, after you get those first couple calls of, people telling you, you're on their radar, and if things don't happen for you, they want you to sign with them, it kind of ease your nerves a little bit. So I was definitely excited to get that call from San Diego. I haven't talked to them after pro day. So it was definitely exciting just to hear them call my phone and tell them that they were interested in me and that they wanted me on the team. So that was exciting for me, and super excited to be coming to San Diego and getting to work.
All right, now do you think it's better to be an undrafted free agent as opposed to maybe being a 6th or 7th round pick?
I think any situation, I would have definitely, had to make it work, no matter what. It was kind of nice, getting there towards the end, having a couple options to kind of look at and see what was my best situation for me. Looking at the running backs there and all those kind of situations, and the coaching staff and just the organization as a whole. So it was kind of nice, being able to get to make that decision at the end of the day. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, you get drafted. That's something, that's special too. So I don't think you can put anything, above one or the other. I'm just like I said earlier, the opportunity is what I was looking for, and that's what I got.
All right, so you're with the Chargers. They got Melvin Gordon, Brandon Oliver, then not much after that. Do you like your chances to make the team?
I do, man. I do. Just going in there and working hard. I'm sure I'll learn a lot from those two guys, and be able to take a lot in from them. And like you said earlier, I know I'm going to get out there and I'm going to try to do whatever special teams they need me on. I know that's big for rookies coming in and stuff like that. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, I picked what I felt was my best situation. So it just happened to be in California with nicest weather in the country, so that worked out as well too.
Yeah, that never hurts. It's being stuck better than being stuck in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So when do you go to rookie camp? That should be coming up next week or two, isn't it?
Yep. We I'll head back on. I'm in Houston right now. I've got last week of working out and getting ready, and I'll head back to my hometown on Friday and spend a little time with the family, and then we're flying out Sunday. So getting ready here coming up next week.
All right. Well, Kenneth, it was great having you on the show. Hopefully we can have you on again after you make the team.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. So, guys, that was Kenneth Farrow, Houston Cougars, now a San Diego Charger. Make sure you check him out this season because he will be a Charger. Correct, Kenneth?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, best of luck to you, and I'm sure we'll talk to you in the future.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks, Kenneth. All right, guys, remember to check out The Grueling Truth at thegruelingtruth.net. You can check us out on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, Google Play, soon to be on iHeart, also on TuneIn, just about anywhere you hear podcasts. I want to thank Kenneth Farrow for coming in again tonight. Make sure you check out Gridiron Mo. They've got a great Super Bowl trivia game that they run during the off-season, so there's always something to do on the Gridiron Mo app. So for Kenneth Farrow, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.